So, what's up, guys? This is Ninja on a Ninja, and I'm gonna play you a video, and then I'm going to respond to it. And I just want to say that it's crazy because as I was basically thinking about it, I realized that uh, there is something else that happens in my life, and I figured out why. God, I'm the smartest man in the world. I really am. Holy fucks, I figured this shit out so much. It's insane what I could figure out. And then finally, a third thing came up. Like, I wrote this stuff down just so I wouldn't forget. And as I was writing it down so I wouldn't forget, I was thinking of new shit, basically, and that's kind of how it worked in school, um, pretty much. And what I mean by that is, sorry, I got a message right now. What was I saying? That's why I write things down, is because I literally forget shit like that. One second. Fair point, but you gotta. So I do forget things. It's really important, but real quick, side note, basically, because I also just kind of discovered another thing, so I'm gonna include that here. Might as well. Um, Basically, I watched a video of a. There's this game called League of Legends, and there's a champion called Yorick, and this guy is a Yorick player, and Yorick is played a certain way. There's certain things, and blah blah. About him, he's a talker. He's kind of like myself, to be honest with you. We could have probably have a beer or something, or a coffee or a tea or something. But anyways, the point is, I watched the video and I told them you're kind of bad, to be honest. And I said you gotta know when to hold them and when to fold them. And what I mean is, you run as you have full HP and you have two other teammates that are full HP and they are damage dealers, and you are again an HP champ with like full HP, and you run. Like, that's bad. Uh, and then I said that Cho was in there, and basically Cho was he's another HP champion tank, but he was actually in there basically. So that Cho would be competing. Like, I should have been that Yorick. Basically, I should have been him, essentially, because I would have been in there with Cho, which would have enabled my team that two damage dealers in the back, which I think was Sona and the AD, whatever, Jinx, I think it was, it would have them in the back and they would be shooting as we were tanking and fighting and doing damage. And our taunt was our damage, basically. That's why they would focus us. And Cho was just alone because Yorick's a bitch. And so that was the point, basically. Cho was in there. And then I said, go tank, ladies, win games. And he said, old habits, basically. And I said, this is where it's good. Is my response was, come on, the fuck. Oh, fair point, right? Because I get it. People suck, and you get skittish, and you're like, I don't know. But you gotta evolve, my friend. That's what it. And I put in all caps, all about. Like everything in your life is about evolution. And I told them, if it ever gets stagnant, you get out or you are the bad guy. Basically. Because what happens is that's what's in America, what's going on with Trump and whatnot. Basically. And what I mean is, um, they're trying to hold the world up and stop it and go backwards and make you stupider, then lower the lower your education and your intelligence and your everything that you are, so that they can stay on top. Basically, that's a bad guy, right? And that's what dictators are. And then people that stand up for their rights are people that take out people, basically. Yeah, people who basically stand up for your rights. I can't think of the name. Basically, they're people that are evolving and refused to stagnate. Basically, I think that's a big fucking discovery and a big realization and a big understanding that'll help the world bloom. Basically, if you ever get set in your life, basically you're the bad guy. If you ever just kind of get content with where you are, and like, then you lost. Basically, you lost. Now, don't get me wrong. Some people are stuck. Some people have shitty situations, shitty lives, but don't be stupid. Don't. That's what George Carlin said. Some people are smart enough to rise up, but you're dumb enough to think you're stuck where you are. You're not. There's always a way. There always should be a way. The reason why is because that's what growth is a way, right? And if you put your hand out and then it gets cut off, there's something there bad that shouldn't be there. That's what Trump and his whole posse is, and the whole try to cut everybody out, you know? Oh, God, that's fucking good. In fact, I think I'm going to make that a whole different video for itself. I'm going to go ahead and restate uh, the org thing. Because that turned into another fuck. Like, I really am the fucking smartest guy in the world. Holy shit. And it's because of these. It's Suboxone. Suboxone. Not because it gets me high. Not because it's doing whatever. Because I took, I think a pack um, is 8 milligrams. Most people take like 16 or like some shit. That's what they tried to give it to start as well, because most people just start there. They have an opiate abuse problem or whatever. Um, but I didn't. I didn't. The problem was something in here. I literally, my brain was broken. But I take less than 8 milligrams. I think it's like 6. I think it's 6. I don't know because my sister does the medication. I am disabled. I do have. I had a surgery. I had a stroke. I had a brain tumor. I've been through a lot of shit. So, anyways, but I'm smart as fuck, dude. I'm smart as fuck. But Let me see. Nobody here. All right, guys. So that's it. Peace out. And literally, take that, take that, take that. Because I didn't write that down. That's good. I didn't write that down. So take it and grow. All right. Peace. And then again, the York thing I'll bring up in another video. I'll probably post like 4 videos today. But later.